Hi guys, I'm Mike, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today a new Faction Wars crypt opened up, and it's of course the Shadowkin Faction. Regrettably, it's the only faction that was open today, and we just had the normal amount of keys available, so we could not get that far in one day. But I got as far as I could with the keys that I had, and I 3-starred everything up to stage 10, and I'm really looking forward to the crypt opening again. In this video, I want to zoom in on one of the champions from the Shadowkin faction that everyone got for free a couple of months ago. And at first people were not all that enthusiastic about him, because they thought he was a pretty crappy champion, and people were even talking about feeding him to level up other champs. But if you ask me now, that would have been a huge mistake, because Ninja, which is of course the champion that I'm talking about, has proven himself to be a wonderful champion, and especially for the Faction Wars script that just opened up. So let's take a look at what he does. His A1 is already pretty good. It attacks one enemy one time, and it has a 60% chance when booked to place a 60% decreased defense debuff, which is the large version. And it also fills this champion's turn meter by 15% when used against bosses. This is a pretty nice ability, and Ninja is well known for the large amounts of damage that he can do against bosses, but this little part of his A1 actually makes him a little bit problematic when fighting clan boss, because this means that he is very difficult to tune into a speed tune, because he keeps getting 15% turn meter against bosses when he uses his A1. Still, some people actually figured out how to do it. Deadwood Jedi is one of them, so if you want to check out one of the tunes where Ninja is used, then be my guest, because he's an awesome champion for that as well. But this was a bit of a problem when he first came out. Then his A2. Hailburn attacks 3 times at random, and each hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing an HP burn debuff for 3 turns, and it also places a perfect fail buff on this champion for 2 turns. But when used against bosses, it will instantly activate any HP burn debuffs, including HP burn debuffs placed by this skill. So that means that the HP burn will tick straight away and does a load of damage on the boss immediately. So this is a very, very good ability. And that's not all, because his A3 is also very, very nice. It attacks all enemies, and it has a 100% chance when booked of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. So he's not only a damage beast, but he's also very useful for crowd control. So if you combine that with his very high damage output, this guy is a fantastic champion that you absolutely do not want to feed to level up another champion, because you just really want to have this guy. And then he also has a passive, which is a little bit complicated, but it is really good. It increases Ninja's attack by 10% up to 100% and crit damage by 5% up to 25%. Each time a single enemy is hit by all 3 of Ninja's active skills in a single round. And this effect can occur multiple times against the same enemy. And when fighting bosses, it will increase Ninja's attack by 20% up to 100% and crit damage by 10% up to 25% instead. But this means, against something like the clan boss for example, that Ninja will almost always, if he manages to stay alive, build up to a bonus of 100% attack and 25% crit damage. So then he does even more damage than before. So all in all, a very, very nice kit and an awesome champion. And when we take a look at his stats, they are pretty decent as well. He has 16,845 HP, which is okay. And 1500 attack, which is quite high. His defense is 947, which is not that high, but you can build it up quite easily. And he has a speed of 100, which is not slow at all. Now let's take a look at how I have built my ninja. I've built my ninja with 3 sets, being Perception, Offense and Divine Speed, giving him extra bonuses. And as you can see, my ninja has 38,000 HP, 2,898 attack, 2,200 defense, 210 speed, over 100% crit rate, 144% crit damage, and 338 accuracy, so he will land his debuffs. And next to the sets that I have used on him, things like Savage, Speed, Accuracy, Cruel are all very, very good options to build this incredible damage machine. And let's take a look at his masteries. I went for a pretty standard offense build, and I added a support build to that so I would have a little bit more accuracy, and so that his debuffs will have a higher chance of landing and have a chance of extending the duration, which is very, very nice, of course, with an HP burn and a decreased defense. And because he's such a damage beast against monsters, War Master is the obvious choice to go for him. But as always, never copy masteries blindly. Take a look at each and every mastery for yourself and see if it actually gives you a bonus that you need. Because Lore of Steel, for example, is very nice if you have a couple of sets on him that give him extra main stats, but if you don't have any sets on him, then this is just a pure waste. So always read what masteries you are putting on him, so you will get the most out of your ninja. Okay, now we have taken a look at his kit and how I have built my ninja. I will talk a little bit about where you can best use ninja, and actually that's almost everywhere in the game. Because, like I said, he is a damage dealing monster against bosses, meaning that he is useful against practically any boss. But to be honest, he shines the most against Dragon and Ice Golem, but you could get a little bit of value out of him against Spider or Fire Knight. It's just not where he shines the most. And all the potion keeps, minus Force Keep perhaps, because it's the wrong affinity. And of course Minotaur's Labyrinth, he will be a very, very useful champ. And I have to say, I have Ninja both on my free-to-play account and on my main account. And on my main account I didn't build him out until very recently. And that was only because I found out that when I finally maxed Ninja on the free-to-play account, that he was a beast at level 60. So after I upgraded him on my main account as well, I've been using him a little bit more. But on the free-to-play account, he's practically in any team that I use. But let's take a look at what we can do at Dragon, for example. So let's just go to Dragon 20. Here we go, he's already in the team. And let's go through a single run. Here we go. So there we go. There come the HP burns, like you can see. But in the waves he barely has a chance to do anything because Seer and Zavia will take them down very, very fast. There you go, 3 freezes. Controlling the wave nicely. So that shows that Ninja is not only a damage dealer, but he is also pretty nice for controlling waves. And here we go, on to the boss. Not a lot of debuffs landing yet. There come the hail burns. Yeah, there they go. And as you saw, they already procced. That did quite a bit of damage already. There come the poisons from Zavia. There comes Hailburn again, very nice. Okay, there we go. That's one dead dragon. And Ninja did 735 damage next to controlling the waves with his freezes, so that was very nice. Of course, in a team with Zavia and Seer, it's pretty hard to outdamage them, but still, he did pretty nice. So like I said, in Faction Wars, he is of course very useful as well, because he can do a lot of damage on both waves and on bosses, and he brings the control with his AoE freeze. So an incredible champion to have on your squad for the new faction that just opened today. And he was a big factor in me getting to stage 10 all 3 stars. But on the free-to-play, he was practically alone and he was able to get me to stage 10 as well. Just 1 starring everything. But he still was able to give me all that progression. So a very, very strong champion. You do see him in arena as well. And that's because of his AoE attack. That also has a freeze, of course. But it also deals a significant amount of damage if you build him like a nuker. I have not built my ninja like a nuker. More like an all-round champion that you can use in a lot of areas in the game. But if you build him with super high crit, a cruel set and a savage set, and make him fast enough so that he won't be cut off by the enemy team, then he is also a great option as a nuker in arena. But he's just not one of the S-tier nukers that there are in the game. I can't really show you Ninja in a clan boss team because I do not have him tuned for that at the moment. But I have played around with him a little bit in a team that I will show you now. It's this team over here. And it's still fully untuned, but I used this team against Nightmare Clan Boss. And Ninja was able to put out 25 million damage on the clan boss. So that's of course a huge amount. And if you combine that with a team with Geomancer and Brockney, for example, then you will do loads and loads of damage and you will be easily able to one-key Nightmare. But also on Ultra Nightmare, this guy can be a fantastic beast for your team. Okay, finally I can show you Ninja in a Doom Tower wave, which is floor 119 on normal difficulty, and I will switch out a couple of champions that would make it a little bit too easy. Here we go. Let's say something like this. And there we go. So Seer takes out the first wave. And now Ninja will get a chance to freeze this wave. While we cycle back to Seer's ability. There we go. 2 freezes on there. And 2 bad affinities, of course, with the Mountain King. So that was to be expected, perhaps. Syl helping out a bit with the control. And there's Seer again. So even a wave with 2 Sifis and Rhodos are no problem. Of course, it helps a lot to have a Seer that blows up every wave. But Ninja can help you very much by controlling them with freezes and just putting out quite a bit of damage with his other attacks. So that's very nice. There we go again, 3 freezes. There we go. That's what we want to see from Ninja. And what he does in Faction Wars is actually pretty similar. So there we go. In more of a control role in this team, but a very nice champion nonetheless. Very, very good. Now, after seeing this video, I hope you are convinced a little bit more about the power that Ninja brings to your teams. And I really hope for you guys that you did not feed him to level up another champion, because you will miss him sorely when trying to complete the new faction crypt that just opened up. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel for more Raid Shadow Legends videos. I wish you guys a very nice day and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!